Join Fit FM weeknights at 8 p.m. for News Brief, a compilation of news stories from Trelawney and neighboring parishes provided by credible news sources, with a repeat at 10 a.m. weekday mornings. That's News Brief, weeknights at 8 p.m., with a repeat weekdays at 10 a.m. on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Join DJ Jacko right here on Fit FM 96.7. It's the Saturday Night Mix from 7 p.m. until 11 p.m.
Where will we go? When the quarantine thing done and everybody touch road.
It's a party every Saturday on Fit FM, Trelawney's radio station. Also listen online. FitFMJ8.com.
Baby, when the bright lights start to fade.
FitFMJ8.com. Send in your shout outs and requests by calling 876-482-4944. Fit FM, giving you the best in dancehall, lovers rock, culture, soca, and R&B. Keeping you fit and entertained. Fit FM is 96.7. The Saturday Night Mix. Listen online. FitFMJ8.com. Fit FM. Your life, your music.
Cultural Mix, an exciting radio show, identifying and showcasing cultural diversity across the world through music, interviews, and lively discussions. Join Bev Moonchild on Fit FM 96.7, Fridays 6 to 8 p.m. Cultural Mix, everything cultural. Tune in. Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
You've got to give it. I'm standing 10 feet tall.
This is Fit FM.
Know your roots, know your culture. You're in tune to Cultural Mix with Bev Moonchild and Fit FM 96.7, Fridays 6 to 8 p.m. Imara said that.
Last night I had a dream upon the four corners of the world. Shone the light of love, erasing our hatred, greed, and pain, revealing to man what life's really worth. Yeah, 1,000 years. 1,000 years, 1,000 years of peace. 1,000 years, 1,000 years, 1,000 years of peace. Last night I had a dream. War was an obstacle of the past, buried in the history book. Racism was no more, extinguished by a ray of hope. Yeah. 1,000 years, 1,000 years, 1,000 years of peace. 1,000 years, 1,000 years, 1,000 years of peace. Righteousness cover the earth, little children play and sing. Over vibes of feeling, make me wanna jump and sing it. 1,000 years, 1,000 years, 1,000 1,000 years. 1,000 years. 1,000 years of peace. 1,000 years. 1,000 years. 1,000 years of peace. Yeah, 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 yeah. 1,000 years. 1,000 years. 1,000 years of peace. 1,000 years. 1,000 years. 1,000 years of
Peace. 1,000 years of peace. We are practice, man. We are practice up, and we're gonna get it good one of these days. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wherever you are this evening, we want to welcome you. Welcome to the studios of Fit FM 96.7, and welcome to your Friday evening program, Cultural Mix, with, of course, Bev Moonchild, your host. It is February 26, 2021. You realize that January done, February done? By the time we're in the middle of the year, and then we know Christmas Carol. Then we know the year done. So we are here this evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we have an interesting show as usual lined up for you, right? So we want everybody to check in. It's your Friday evening program, and we want everybody to check in. We're really happy to be here, and we hope you are happy to be on with us this evening. So all the people who are out there, we want you to check in now. It's check-in time. We're call roll. All right? Communities. Roll call. Community roll call. Yes, man. That's a segment. Community roll call. Community roll call. So we want Refuge to check in. We want Stuart Castle to check in. Daniel Town, are you? Albert Town, where you there? Stettin, where you there? We want to hear you. Clarkstown, where you there? Daniel Town, where are you? We want everybody to check in. Kerry Park, where are you? Clarkstown, where are you? Stuart Castle, where are you? And if you are listening to us now and you are in Trelawney, just text us and tell us where you are listening from so we can call in your community. We want the parishes to check in. We want St. Elizabeth to check in. We want St. James to check in. We want Westmoreland to check in. We want Trelawney to check in. Clarkstown checking in. Big up Clarkstown, wherever you are. Just text us and tell us where you're listening from. Then we're going to talk about countries now. We can't finish if we start talk about countries. So we want you to check in wherever you are. We want the people who are on fitfmja.com. Just send a hail out to us. We welcome you all. We welcome everyone to Fit FM 96.7 and to Cultural Mix, your Friday evening show, Aquaba. We're going to be saying Aquaba until it becomes something that we say without even thinking. And of course, you know, that is welcome, right? So we say Aquaba to one, Aquaba to all. Welcome one and all to your Friday evening program, Cultural Mix, with Bev Moonchild, your host. Social media, you can find Fit FM 96.7 on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. If you want to send or a text, 876-482-4944. And there's another number that we're going to tell you about. 317-1991. Yes. 317-1991. Yes. So you have numbers on top of numbers, can make contact with us. Check me out on Bev Moonchild Culture and Lifestyle on Facebook. That's my Facebook page. On Instagram, it's Bev Moonchild. And of course, we are on YouTube, Bev Moonchild, Fui Life, Fui Experiences. All right? So Cultural Mix, of course, if you're just joining this evening for the first time, Cultural Mix is everything cultural. We observe and we highlight cultural practices and traditions, cultural diversities. We do interviews. We play music. We interact with our listeners. Cultural Mix is an interactive program. So if you're just joining us, you know that you have to talk back with us, right? Text and share the discussion with other people. So invite a friend. So what to Philly? big up Philadelphia and big up Anthony D. Is Anthony D? Anthony, big up my brethren. You know you have to come bust a tune for cultural mix, you know, because I tell you, you're doing well with your guitar playing and singing. Wonderful voice you have there, Anthony D. We're gonna do something together. We will talk and you sing and play. We'll work something out. So big up the listeners in Philadelphia. Thank you so much for always being with us here on a Friday evening. So I was saying before, invite a friend to like the Fit FM Facebook page, right? And tell that friend to like and share the program, right? Because we want to build a viewership, we want to build a listenership, we want to build people who are always tuning into us, right? And of course, you search for me on Facebook, Bev Moonchild, Culture and Lifestyle, and follow us on Instagram. Remember, we're streaming live, Fit FM, www.fitfmja.com, and on YouTube, and on Instagram, right? If you want to send us an email, it is fitfm96.7@gmail.com. Okay? All right, so now it's time for our thank you. Last week we had an amazing show, and I can't even imagine that up until last week, I didn't know that we had Tainos living in Jamaica. Can you imagine? So we want to say to Chief Kasik Kalan, he is the Taino chief for the Jamaica tribe. What an awesome discussion we had last week. We learned so much. And of course, you know, we have to have more discussions on the practices and traditions of the Taino people here in Jamaica. It is cultural mix, and we say heritage is culture and culture is heritage. So of course, you know, Kasik Kalan, chief of the Jamaica tribe, Tainos, we really have to talk, have to have some more discussions, because as I said earlier, lots of us were of the view that the Taino people were no longer in existence. And so we were very, very, very much delighted to hear that they are very much here, practicing their traditions and carrying on with their heritage. So thank you so much, Chief Kasik Kalan, for that interview that we had last week. It's Friday and it's February 26th, and guess what? Today is Jamaica Day. So it's always the last Friday of February, and you may even think that because of what is happening and the restrictions and so on, that nothing happened. Lots of things happened in quite a number of schools, albeit some, you know, was done online. And so we want to talk later on to a few teachers who, despite what you see is happening, there are teachers out there who are quite committed to having programs at school and to working with the children. So we are going to be talking Jamaica Day, and then, you know, we go into our featured guests for this evening. So we're asking you, please, family, to stay with us until 8 p.m. Of course, this is your Friday evening program, and most people should be heading home now because, you know, curfew still on. So we want you to stay with us. Keep our company. We love you when you're here with us. Congratulations. I want to big up Miss Rachel Webb, newly commissioned JP. So, Sister Rachel, we want to say congratulations on that they're being commissioned JP. So Justice Rachel Webb, we are happy for you. All right, we're going to take a little break and then we come right back with Cultural Mix.
Just one glance, I'm affected by your radiance, yeah.
You know, I've got to tell you this, you know. It's just an affirmation. I love the way the divine create you, my darling. You're looking so fine. Your mannerism and the way that you carry that beauty, you got to be mine. Articulate, gesticulate, your whole body speaking, no words to define. The way you dance, groove and whine to my rhythm, you capture my mind. Your tender love is so sensual, beauty beneficial, illuminates and heal my soul. The aura that surrounds you, so hard to resist you. Magnetic field pulling me closer. I love the way the divine create you, my darling. You're looking so fine. Your mannerism and the way that you carry that beauty, you got to be mine. Articulate, gesticulate, your whole body speaking, no words to define. The way you dance, groove and whine to my rhythm, you capture my mind. The vibration I'm feeling it, boundless, no ceiling. With you I'm soaring high. Stream of love keep flowing, tree of life growing. I eat and never die. I love the way the divine creates you, my darling. You're looking so fine. Your mannerism and the way that you carry that beauty, you got to be mine. Articulate, gesticulate, your whole body speaking, no words to define. The way you dance, groove and whine to my rhythm, you capture my mind. Your tender love is so sensual, very beauty beneficial, illuminates and heal my soul. The armor that surrounds you, so hard to resist you. Magnetic feeling pulling me closer. Love the way the divine create you, my darling. You're looking so fine. Your mannerism and the way that you carry that beauty, you got to be mine. Articulate, gesticulate, whole body speaking, no words to define. The way you dance,
You hear that song, people? Lovely song there from Imara. Yes, man. February 14 gone, but you know, that's a nice love song that we should have had for the people who celebrate February 14. The way you dance and groove and whine to my rhythm. Imara, we hear you, we see you. So welcome back, everybody. It's Cultural Mix. I am your host, Bev Moonchild, and we are here in the studios of Fit FM 96.7. And of course, you know, we are going to be here until 8 o'clock, right? So we want you to be with us, talk back with us, interact with us. This is what Cultural Mix is about, interacting and talking and sharing. All right. So I told you before, today is Jamaica Day. And a lot of schools have put in some work for Jamaica Day. And we're going to be talking to a few teachers about what they did today, the plans that, you know, we're putting in, and how they managed to carry off Jamaica Day today, despite all of what is happening. So are we going to be talking to Mrs. Sams now? Yes. Mrs. Sams?
Speaking.
How are you? I'm thinking you said present,
so far,
miss.
So good.
I thought you were going to say present,
so
miss.
Good.
So far, so good. How are you doing?
Well, I'm happy. And I'm blessed and highly favored.
You know, say flavored too. Flavored and favored.
Well, I could say that too. Why not?
Thanks for talking with us, Mrs. Sams. First of
You're
all,
most welcome.
I want to congratulate you for what you did today, because today, with your online Jamaica Day celebration, I was on for some of the time, and trust me, before we even talk about anything else, I want to say, teachers, yes. Today I realized that the online teaching is not easy. There were students with their cameras, their mics on, and them doing all kind of thing them are going with. the teacher
I
had
tell
to be
you.
saying, turn off your mic, John, turn off your mic, so-and-so, mute your mic, so-and-so, mute your mic. So the protocols of online school is so demanding when you compare it to the protocols that you would have had in the face-to-face classroom. Teachers, kudos to you for those of you who are doing well with this online teaching. It's not easy. And then because they're not there with you, everybody have to be talking to everybody, and the same thing you have to repeat. But Mrs. Sams, I really enjoyed what you did today. Tell me,
Thank you, Miss.
where in Trelawney are you right now?
Well, we are in South Trelawney,
Mhm.
the cool terrain of South Trelawney, right in the cockpit country.
I can imagine.
And we are in a cool area called Spring Garden, and that is where Spring Garden Primary and Infant School is located.
Okay, so tell me about the planning that you put in for today.
Okay, so let me begin. A few weeks ago, we had our PTA meeting,
Mm-hmm.
and while we were planning, the principal, Mrs. Grace Hughes Malcolm,
Mm-hmm.
she asked if I could put on a Jamaica Day. I was a bit hesitant, and I said, "What am I going to have a virtual Jamaica Day program?" However, with the wonderful staff and parents from the Spring Garden area, I must say kudos. What we did, all the classes did an item. So we have from infant 1 up to grade 6, and all the classes have participated. Also, I did a video shoot. Basically, I did a
Mrs. Sams? Are we losing her?
presentation.
So we lost you for a minute. Don't move
Showing-
from where you are, because you know how the internet is
From-
sometimes.
2016.
So we're breaking up.
Good. I must say kudos to the parents who take the time out to practice the children. Also for the teachers of Spring Garden Primary and Infant. It was a well-planned program, and we have enjoyed every bit of it. I must also tell you that we have
Mrs. Sams?
about
Hold on. Mrs. Sams?
Yes, Mrs. Stewart.
You're kind of breaking up. Don't move from where you are, because you started off so nicely and then we just hear some gremlins. So don't move from where you are. You were doing well.
Okay, all right. So as I was saying, with the staff and parents of the Spring Garden Primary and Infant School, we went ahead and we planned, right? So all the classes did their item. So we have performances from Eric Donaldson's song. We have poems from Louis Bennett with a love poem. And we even have a cultural piece done by the grade 5. I must say we have approximately 90 students came on board this morning for Jamaica Day. So we started at 10:30 and we ended at 12:15 because it was really supposed to be a 1-hour program. But I must tell you, it was good. And because of that, it seems as if I couldn't stop.
I realize.
So we ended up passing from 10:30 until 12:15, almost 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. But
so it was a good day, and let me tell you, I think Spring Garden Primary and Infant has created history.
Mm-hmm.
This is our first time on a platform like this, celebrating Jamaica Day. So we have highlights from 2016 right up to 2018, and all of those were showcased.
That was good.
And
that was good,
yes,
Mrs.
and
Sams.
we have pardon me?
I'm saying that was good because when I watched what was happening, the students, apart from the little distraction that some of them were coming up with, they were so engaged watching what is happening and actually participating.
Yes, that's what they were excellent. I must tell you, I don't know how these teachers get to train them, but they were excellent, and trust me, they even know how to use the chat.
Yeah, I saw a whole heap of thing happening in the chat. Yes, man. A holy
One Love Jamaica, go on,
Big up
Caliandra,
and go on, yes.
Tamia, and you could hear them.
I was reading some of them and a whole different show was happening in the chat room.
I tell you, these children.
So we're losing you again, Mrs. Sams. But
Are so equipped to do something, but they were excellent. They were excellent. And as the team said, celebrating Jamaica, reggae, the message of resilience and triumph. Trust me, I think these children will be the future generation. They will recover and make a difference in Jamaica.
I think so too.
So I must say, Spring Garden Primary and Infant has created history. For the first time in Jamaica and in the entire world, we went online, virtual, with our Jamaica Day program.
Thank you, Mrs. Sams. I can hear the joy in your voice. Even after the event is done, you're still enjoying it.
I am so overwhelmed. I wish I could do it next week, Friday again. Can we have another Jamaica Day?
You can have any amount of Jamaica Day you want. We thank you so much for coming on.
Let me say thanks again to the principal, Mrs. Grace Hughes Malcolm, for giving me the opportunity to host the program, and all the staff and parents from the Spring Garden Primary and Infant School. Let me say a big thank you, and I could not do it without you. Also, Mrs. Stewart, I must say thanks to you because you were our own guest speaker. And I must say thanks again for those inspirational words that you left with us.
All the very best, Mrs. Sams. Walk good and say howdy to everybody. You did very well. And we congratulate Spring Garden Primary again.
Howdy and thank you.
No broke no square.
And thank you, no broke no square.
Yes.
God bless you.
All the best though. That's Mrs. Sams there. Spring Garden Primary and Infant in Southern Trelawney. Very good program they had today, Jamaica Day, February 26, 2021. She said the best all over the world and in Jamaica. So teachers are actually, still doing what they have to do. So we congratulate our teachers for their Jamaica Day celebration today. So we're going to be talking to two other teachers quickly because, we have to highlight our teachers and our students all the time. It is Cultural Mix, and we are in the studios of Fit FM 96.7. And I am your host, Bev Moonchild. We have Miss Headlam on. Good evening, Miss Headlam.
Good evening to you, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm feeling great.
Yes,
had a great day today.
I can just imagine the great day you had. So you are from Brownstown Primary, right?
Yes, I am.
So quickly, Miss Headlam, tell us what it is that Brownstown did today and the work that you had to put in.
Oh, well, today we started the day with a flag raising virtual, actually. Everything that we did today was virtual.
Virtual.
We had a flag, right? We had a flag raising ceremony. And then we had a short devotion. After we had two DJs, DJ Wolf and DJ Dwayne. Who came and what we had today was a reggae party.
Okay.
For children.
Yeah, the reggae party.
Yes, we started from URI days, come straight up to the modern time now.
Yes,
we highlighted many artists, reggae artists, and we have teachers demonstrating some of the dances. It was really, we had a wonderful day.
Okay.
The children enjoyed it.
I can just imagine.
And it took a while for us to plan because remember that teaching is not the normal. So we had to find time to plan as a committee. We have a cultural committee, and we planned these events. And then today we executed the best way we could.
Okay.
We had a little itches and so on. But it's some computer and so on, so you will find that, and we are not really 100% versed on it. So we will have our little problems.
Technical
We were all
glitches.
iron out. We also had children, they sending their live performances and so on. We had a session for request. So the students were able to request
them songs.
music.
Request the song. They requested songs to be played.
Yes, we had a session for them to request. So, and the funny thing about it, even though we didn't have the really upbeat modern reggae, the children enjoyed it because we put it in a way, and then we tell them a little thing about each singer, and the era. We tell them about the dance, we let them know that it's not every reggae dance you jump up and go on. Some of them you just hold your chin and it's just cool and deadly. You know them way there? Yes. So we just give them a taste of the old, the middle, and the new.
Yes.
And they really appreciate it, I'm telling you. I heard that in the chat, some of them say they dance till they're tired.
They dance till they're tired.
And I'm telling.
Who are some of the teachers
DJs,
who worked with you?
Beg pardon?
Who are some of the teachers who worked on the planning committee? Some of the people.
Mrs. Foster Mullins, Miss A. Let me tell you, a good amount of them, but in persons who were not on the planning committee assisted. So you have to say it was a group effort.
Okay.
It was a group effort because some who were not even on the planning committee turned up today to help to demonstrate the dances and so on. So it's a group effort. It was a united front, and we have to put it across because remember they are not there, but you must let them feel that they are there. So you have to be super vibesy today.
Yes, I even know you sound vibesy.
DJ Wolf and DJ Dwayne did a really good job. We brought them in. Yes, we brought them in as selectors.
Okay.
And we practiced the protocols. We practiced the protocols to the T. There were times because I was doing the chanting and thing, and I have to remove my mask, but I let them know that nobody's near me. So even if they think the persons are near me, they're at 6 feet from me.
Okay, so what kind of chant you were doing, Miss Headlam?
Chant reggae, chant and dance reggae dance, and just make it be a good day. We had a good day, man.
Yes.
We danced till sweat.
Wow, I can't just imagine.
Yeah, man, you have to carry the vibe to the children. Remember, they're at home.
Yeah.
And this is maybe one of the few things that they would look forward to. The only thing we said, we didn't tell them to take their bottle of Pepsi with them so they can hold it up. It was really a reggae party today. And we follow the protocols to the T.
It
took us a while to plan. And as I said, we had little glitches, but I'm telling you, it went on great. I mean, I've been getting calls from outsiders saying, boy, they really enjoyed what went on today. It was clean, clear fun. I was even pointing out to the children that listen to the lyrics of the reggae music we are playing. These songs will live forever because they are just clean. They tell a story.
Yes,
most of the reggae first time tell a story,
We want people to know that the theme, why you're talking so much about reggae, is the theme for Jamaica Day was.
Oh dear. It's
reggae, a message of resilience and triumph.
Right.
Yes.
Good.
And that is why you're talking so much. Yes. Message of.
It was really
resilience and
triumph.
It was
really focused on reggae.
Yeah, reggae, the message of resilience and triumph. And we need to be resilient, especially in this time, right, Miss Headlam?
Yes, of course. And we also let them know that reggae music is really one of the things that put Jamaica on the map.
Yeah.
And we let them know also that it doesn't only start up, it wasn't just Babylon, because you have foundation members like you, Roy. And the people keep building and building and building. But Bob Marley was the one who propelled it internationally.
Yeah.
But the foundation was there. So you have to give credit to everybody. You have to give credit to everybody.
It sounded like you had a really awesome day today. And just by listening to you.
As someone would say, we have a catawampus time.
Catawampus time. Yes, Miss Headlam.
Yes.
So we want to thank you so much here on
You're
Cultural
most
Mix
welcome.
on Fit FM 96.7. We are Trelawney's radio, but we don't focus only on Trelawney.
That's great.
We were talking to another teacher from the parish, and she sounded just as amazing and as exciting as you are. Because as you said earlier, remember now we know you are doing this online and the children are not in the physical space with you. So you have to give them that kind of energy, give them that kind of vibe, so they will stay with you until the end of the event. And that is why I noticed that with Spring Garden, because I was on with Spring Garden, and the teacher, she was really sounding upbeat and full of vibes, you know, to keep the attention of the students. So would you agree with me that the online platform requires really more from the teachers?
A lot more. A lot more. In whether it's teaching or this, it takes your energy and you have to make extra effort because it's like reading, just learning to read a book without picture.
Yeah.
You have to create the picture in your mind.
So you have to,
and that takes effort.
You have to create that kind of environment for the students to want to stay on and learn.
Yes.
Because it is so easy for them to just come off of the camera, you know.
That is true, and you have to do it that they learn something, no matter how small.
Yeah.
There must be a message in something there for them to take back with them.
We thank you,
so
Ms.
although it's
Headlam.
a fun, it's also a learning stage.
Yeah. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Welcome.
We can just imagine how Brownstown Primary enjoy themselves today. So we big you up, we big up the teachers, a reggae party. Continue to do what you have to do. Teachers are resilient people, you know. Teachers are the backbone of the society. And so we want to big you up on this Jamaica Day. Well done, and continue working with the students to make Jamaica a better place, because we really want that kind of thing. Thank you, Miss Headlam. All the very best now.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Take care now.
You know, I've got to tell you this, you know. It's just an affirmation. I love the way the divine create you, my darling. You're looking so fine. Your mannerism and the way that you carry that beauty, you got to be mine. Articulate, gesticulate, you're all by the speaking. No words to define. The way you dance, groove, and whine to my rhythm, you capture my mind. Your tender love is so sensual. Beauty beneficial, illuminates and heal my soul. The aura that surrounds you, so hard to resist you.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. It is Cultural Mix, your Friday evening show, and we are in the studios of Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. It is Jamaica Day today, February 26, 19. Oh my God, people, 2021, right? And we are talking to teachers because Jamaica Day in the schools really take effort from the teachers and other planners for it to be a success. So we have online Miss Sims, Miss Velona Sims.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good evening, Miss Sims. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Glad to hear from you. So you represent the ULC?
Yes, I do.
Tell us about the United Learning Center. That's what it is, right?
Yes, United Learning Center. Well, we have been around since 1994.
You are in where? Which area are you in?
We are in the parish of St. Anne, Ocherius, Upton to be exact.
Okay.
Upton, Ocherius.
Tell us about Jamaica Day quickly. What happened today?
Well, today we ensure that our children enjoy the full benefits of what they would normally enjoy face-to-face on Jamaica Day. So we started off with a clip, what makes us Jamaicans. So the children virtually watched that clip to highlight some of the things that makes us stand out as Jamaicans.
Okay.
And throughout we had the teachers did different video clippings. We did different dances that are unique to Jamaica. So, you know, the bogle and the butterfly, we did those, teach them some of those they are not familiar with them. So we had to teach them some of those moves.
Yes.
And yes, to be able to believe it or not. And we ended the Jamaica Day celebration with a virtual concert. So we had students, doing items depicting different reggae icons. We had students also doing original reggae piece, and also pieces about what makes us Jamaican.
Okay.
And it was really good. Fabulous outcome.
Okay.
Very successful.
So I was talking to two teachers earlier, right, before you. And the thing of the online now, it takes a lot out of teachers, right?
It did. We had to dig deep in order to come up with some very good ideas and to get the students, get them entertained and to keep them focused and, wanting to be a part of the celebration since you're not in the physical setting.
So what happened today? What happened today? I can just imagine, because I was tuned into one of the schools today, and what I saw happened online. I have come to the conclusion that online, whether it is a Jamaica Day activity you're planning or whether it is teaching, it takes more out of the teachers.
It does. It does. Trust me, we had to think outside of the box. We had to put ourselves into the child's position now to think, what are some of the things that they would enjoy as children, since they're not with their friends. And so we had to really think out of the box and come up with these ideas. And not just for the teachers, it is also a challenge for the parents, because when we came up with the idea of doing the virtual concert, we had to ask the parents to come on board with us and to be the ones to record the different clippings of the children performing and design the background so it look, Jamaican-like, and so everybody, so what we were trying to celebrate.
Everybody played
a
part.
Team effort.
Okay.
Yes.
So you want to just big up everybody quickly who would have played a part today?
Yes, I would like to big up the entire ULC family, all the teachers, the students, the parents, and especially to our principal, Mrs. Rosa Gabidon, to our culture agent, Mrs. Nicola Aarons, who led the team, the culture team. Big up. Job well done.
And we want to thank you, Ms. Simmons. We want to say, as teachers, you have your job cut out for you. And with the COVID,
we do.
The job is even bigger. And we want to encourage our teachers. We want you to continue doing what you're doing, continue making positive impact and creating that positive impact on students. Because as we say, teachers are the backbone of the society.
Thank you. We'll definitely do our best.
So we want you and the other teachers at ULC to continue doing what you're doing, keep focus, don't lose hope, and continue understanding that at the end of it, because sometimes when you see how your students do well and how they excel, it makes you feel good. No amount of pay could have make you feel so good.
That's the icing on the cake.
Yes. So we say
that's
to
the
you,
icing on the cake.
Continue doing what you're doing.
And thanks for having me.
And all the very best. Yes. Take care and enjoy the rest of the weekend.
All right. And same to you, and thanks.
Take care now. So we have spoken to a few teachers there from their schools telling us what happened today for Jamaica Day. So we're going to take a little break now, listen to some music, and then we come right back. It's Cultural Mix, and we are in the studios of Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Anger and nervous finger is a recipe for total disaster. If you have a dispute with a friend or a family member, stay far from social media. When the adrenaline rush to your brain, just keep calm and remain sane. Don't react too quick, you will get caught with the insecure matrix. When head chip, vengeance cast loose tongue to slip. So before you spit, edit the script. Gossip is toxic. Gossip is toxic. The only thing it creates is shame and regrets. Life is like a boomerang. The cause return with the effects. So think before you post. One click like magic, the whole of your business expose. No one cares about the source or who you be. Public opinions will tie you up into a verbal knot and bore holes into your stories. Excavate your past mistakes and bring your darkest secrets to the surface. Life comes with conditions and conflicts. Closets are filled to the brim with dirty linens. Wash them at home, not in the public. Taking down someone with a post on Instagram to stroke your ego might go viral, but it won't make you into a hero. You become a rival, putting unnecessary pressure on your survival. When finger press send, prepare for the consequence. You are going to need a parachute, cause when the feces hits the fan, you're going down too. You're going down too. Even if you know it's the truth, mum is the word. Sometimes it's best to stay mute. So think before you post. One click like magic, the whole of your business exposed. No one cares about the source or who you be. Public opinions will tie you up into a verbal knot and bore holes into your stories. Excavate your past mistakes and bring your darkest secrets to the surface. Bring your darkest secrets to the surface. Using words as weapon to win your wars will only leave victims with internal scars. Nobody wins. Words are not just wind. Words are swords with sharp blades, ready to cut your character into thousands of little pieces as it pleases. When the damage is done, it's going to take amnesia to forget and courage to forgive. Loyalty, don't betray, even if you disagree. Trust don't need an audience. It's a pact you make with self. The tongue don't have a mind of its own. It loses control when there is no consciousness. Love is unconditional. Love is unconditional. It comes with no pretense. Success is the only revenge that makes sense. Success is the only revenge that makes sense.
Cultural mix. Cultural mix. Every Friday afternoon, 6 to 8 p.m. with Bev Moonchild and Fit FM 9.
Welcome back, everyone. It is Cultural Mix, and we are in the studios of Fit FM 96.7. Remember now, you can just go on Facebook, whether it is Bev Moonchild or Fit FM 96.7. Your program is here for you, Cultural Mix. Instagram, Facebook, and we want to big up the people on fitfmja.com. You're ever faithful, ever present, and ever sure. We thank you so much for being with us. We like the interaction too, you know. So a lot of people are talking. We say, welcome, Rose. Welcome, Avis. Welcome, Thelma. Anthony D, you're with us always. We thank you so much. Stay with us. An interesting segment is coming up now. On the phone, we have the indomitable Cherry Natural. How are you, my sister?
I am great, Bev Moonchild. Very great.
Good to have you. No, me love that one. Think before you post.
Yes, definitely. And especially in this time right now where people is just, them fingers is just getting away like crazy.
Yes. And when you say, when that finger press send, you have to be prepared for the consequences. And we find a lot of people are just posting, and sometimes you wonder, when you see some of the things, you wonder if any thought was put into posting it.
No, it's very impulsive because emotions and anger is very impulsive, you know.
Mm-hmm. And after you post, even if you delete it, somebody would have saved it already and have it for still send around.
Yes, definitely. And not only that, when you start to post something, because what happens is that most people are really posting things about other people. And then what happened now, public opinions now will going to trash you, are going to be supportive of you, you know. So it's not that you are excluded from the trashing.
So we want to thank you, my sister, first of all, for being with us. We really had to talk about that one even before we start the discussion. Think before you post. It is one that we're going to be playing a lot here at Fit because it is relevant, eh?
Very, very, very.
So thank you for that one. Because it is cultural mix, we're going to ask you a few questions before we get into the poetry and all the other things that you are involved in.
No problem. No problem.
Where in Jamaica were you born and raised?
Well, I was born in Walton Park.
Okay, you're a Kingston girl. Okay.
Yes, but I went to the country very early, like around when I was 6 months.
Okay. Which country you went to?
I went to Westmoreland.
Westmoreland, okay. And what are the early memories? What are some of the cultural practices? Because from it's a Darliston, there's going to be a lot of cultural practices that you would have seen as a child growing up as a little girl in Darliston, Westmoreland. What are some of the cultural practices that you would have remembered seeing as a girl growing up in your community or even in your home?
All right, the caring. The caring was something out of this world because it was with my grandmother and my grandfather and my cousins.
Okay.
And I used to see like my grandmother would buy a bread or her children in Kingston would send down grocery and bread would come in there. And I would see my grandmother cutting the bread in around 4 different type of pieces, sending it for go give Master that, go give Auntie Mary that, and we have to run across the neighbor's yard, go give them a piece. And me always afraid. I said, boy, but granny, the bread I got done,
The bread going to be finished, it and go share.
No, but my grandmother now watch the bread I got done, but we as little pitney, we really was very upset.
And that is one of the things when I ask people about the cultural practices and some of the things they remember as children, they talk about that that practice of sharing with the community.
Sharing. It was a ritual, honestly.
And we find that because of those kind of practices, a lot of us who grew up on that kind of thing, we come now and we are doing the very same thing. So, if we teach our children from early to love and to care and to share, it continues,
Yeah, and not only even teaching them,
showing them, doing it.
Even when you think they are not observing or they might be against it, it's cement inside of them because I find myself doing the same thing.
Look
and
at
I'm
you now.
saying that, wow, yes.
Even though you think that the bread was going to finish, you know as a grown woman, you know that it is important to share.
Yeah, because it kind of bit inside of me. I come see my father doing it and I come see myself doing it.
Exactly.
Even when the bread cannot share.
You're going to find a way to share it, man. You're going to find a way to share it, yes.
It's for you.
Yes.
No, it's reality.
So that is one of the things that we want to continue in Jamaica, the matter of sharing with people, sharing with community, sharing with everybody. Because guess what? The day we start to live for self is the day when it's done.
Well, I'm telling you, right now, it kind of looks sticky because it's something I am questioning and I'm seeing a culture shift. I am seeing even if you send a piece of bread, go give your neighbor right and now them think you do something to the bread. So
well, that's
suspicion.
That's another thing because the trust level gone right down,
Gone right. Nobody not trust nobody again. So even when you really not do nothing to the bread, the mother definitely going to be meditating. So you do something. It's crazy. It's very, very crazy.
And like you want to do something to them, so you might do something to the bread for them, eat it for over their career or for stop them from progress.
Yes, man.
And then because listen, you see, because the music and the daily discussion is full of the whole of bad mind talk and the envy, and I become have this why you grudge me, and I become you see, because we continue to feed people with that kind of message,
yes,
it is going to be a problem.
Yes. I have one bad mind tune still, but I kind of put a different spin to it.
I want to hear it later on.
Straight up.
You have to be straight up.
No, I don't think you hear it now. I don't know if you ever hear it now because it's gonna be coming on my album. So
yes.
Them
Okay.
Yeah, when the album reach, but it is not as. I will. The album is going to be something else. Trust me on that one.
Okay. So as you talk about album now, take us now into the journey of you being a poet. How did that come about, coming out of Darliston, Westmoreland?
Yeah, my grandmother was a poet,
Tell me about that.
Yeah, but she never really write them down. She just loved poetry and loved to recite them because that's her. I got that from her. I got that from her when she reciting poetry to us because we never have no television. So my grandmother was a little entertainer.
So
you understand?
She would have just make up things and just say it for you.
Yes, and do the action, and then you have some popular poems was out there already, which she know by heart, like the neck bone connected to the hand bone or something like that. But remember, she doing that and doing the action.
Oh Lord, it must have been amazing living with your grandmother.
What? It was, that my grandmother is second cousin to Louis Farrakhan, though.
No, me not know that, Cherry. Tell me about that quickly.
Oh yeah, man. The Clark, because her father's mother was Clark, and I think, and what she told me when he came here and was asking about the family, when I was younger, my grandmother told me about Teacher Clark. So it's her family, and then I heard Minister Farrakhan talking about Teacher Clark. And explaining where Teacher Clark was, and that's the exact address my grandmother told me where Teacher Clark was.
So it's the same Teacher Clark?
Yes, and I went and meet him. And then what happened is that I have an uncle, that is not my uncle, my granduncle, my grandmother brother, who looked just like Mr. Farrakhan.
Wow.
So I took the picture. Yeah, man, I took the picture with me to meet him and show him it, and him say, "What a man look like me."
Whoa.
Yeah.
So it must be the same Teacher Clark. It couldn't be two Teacher Clark living in the same place.
No, it's the same one from St. John's College.
St. John's College, that's where?
But it's in somewhere in Kingston here. Somewhere in Kingston that they came up. Because the Clarks came up and quite a few of them. And then what happened is that my grandmother died before he was asking, after he asked for his family. But what happened is that she had leave us with some bits and pieces of information. And when he talked about his father and where his father was, my grandmother was telling me about some of them they went to Panama, some of them went to different places to work on the railroad or something like that. So my uncle now have a better knowledge, and he told me exactly, said the same place the Farrakhan same father used to live. My uncle said yes, I saw it's there some of them used to live, and my grandmother actually used to visit them, which is her cousins, used to visit them. When she come Kingston.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Small world, no?
It's a small world, but what happened is that now he had given me all his contacts in Chicago, because when they had met me, them kind of see some resemblance. They saw some resemblance, but because me grew up now to come understand about first cousin, it no past first cousin for me, So me never bother to push it, me never really took, because if my grandmother was here, she would be excited because she really believe in our first, second, fourth, and fifth, and all those people.
But you know, past first cousin.
Yeah, but my thing now, they just stop a first cousin still,
But it's good to know the connections, though.
No, man, it's good to know. And every time I see him, I see the resemblance, the family resemblance, and the body language and everything. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So your grandmother now, you would have seen her adore poems performing live for you as children.
Yes.
But you growing up now as a young girl, did you start from early? When did this really chip in to say, you know, what flyer for grandma,
it
I go
chip
pitch
in.
for you.
It chip in from around 7th grade when I get in contact to know about this lady named Miss Louise Bennett Coverley. Right away, I was attracted to the woman and her work. So that is when now the thing was inside of me from my grandmother, but how I start to really pattern Miss Lou and write dialects and write everything that she do and perform some of her poems them and read the book and things. So she was the one now who bring out that type of level, you know, outside of me.
Okay. So you talk about Miss Lou and her poetry and her dialect. What is it really that did pull you? Is it the dialect that you were attracted to?
No, Miss Lou was dealing with some serious issues, you know. And what happened is that she was using the Jamaica at that time is like people used to say a chat bad.
When you use the Jamaican language.
Yeah, man, the Jamaican language was never that accepted. And I was always saying to myself, what a woman brave. She brave and she just chat it. Yeah, man, and she chat about some serious, she tell stories in her dialect. And I was so attracted to her bravery and the way she used the language and paint pictures. And when she even talked about this woman from the bus and she said, go.
Spread out yourself, Liza. Spread out yourself, Liza.
It's like,
you can see the big woman come.
It's like you see one big sitting there, the woman there come and then when she talk about love letter. No man, I was so in love with that woman work. She remind me of my grandmother. Yeah, she remind me of my grandmother.
So now that you said that Miss Lou, you were attracted to her, did some of your earlier works sounded or patterned Miss Lou kind of writing?
Most definitely. Because when teacher did give you an assignment in class, so for me to write a poem off of Miss Lou, Dirty Tough, me did write one named Time Hard, but that a way back them days, I don't even know where that is right now.
And you don't remember Time Hard?
No, way back them time, man. Way back them time.
I make it look like say a way back. From them time.
way back, man.
From them time.
I don't remember it at all.
Okay, so growing up now, Cherry, that was 7th grade, right? Where you kind of started as a poet, liking Miss Lou and being attracted to her work and so on. So you're moving up in school, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade. How did things go for you as a poet, as a writer, as a performer?
As a poet, as a performer, I used to be the class clown. So I used to just give enough joke, and if them want a poem for perform, he could have perform it very good and do the action. And then what happened now? Yes, man, and that now would have give me a little extra lunch money. So when we realize that I can get some benefits from it,
you start
oh my
more.
God, man,
you
I
start
study.
with more.
What? Yes.
Start do it more.
I start doing it more. I get all ice cream and all those nice things. So me always be doing it. I always be giving joke. Because you know when you're younger and things, your parents don't really can give you enough lunch money. You get a little thing and you might can buy the party and you can't buy the drinks. So man, me end up having party and drinks, you know, instead of just the party alone, you know.
Any competitions at that early age?
No competition was not there. It's when I leave school now, I did enter JCDC.
And how was that for you?
Yeah, I entered JC with my work. Well, what happened is that now I did go through and get some little medals or some certificates and things like that. And yeah, man, and I start to work at the festivals, work at the festival at the same time and enter the festival at the same time. Do some little work there, you know.
You say work at the festival. Mean you what? You're employed?
Like the stadium, the grand gala.
Okay, you mean you perform?
No man, not perform. I never come in come into the stage. All right, you would have like first and the first person who come up and the second run up would be performing.
Okay.
So I would maybe be third. So I never performed there. I only work there because I get like little jobs there. Yeah, because I was always at the office. Yeah, man. Them know, them used to me, so they get a little job there.
Know you.
Yeah, they know me. So, and then me, you know, when me get the little job, me bring in a couple of my friends them too, you know.
So you see the network was building.
Long time. We never do anything alone, you know. We always call on, 2 or 3 more people, you know.
How important is that for you, though? To when you, for example, you get a little job, now you get a little rose, you don't forget a little money. How important it is for bringing somebody else and not just a hold it on for yourself alone?
It was very important because when we get a little pay, like we go up to the festival office and we collect a little pay. The whole of we just go to the store at the same time, and it's nice to see how somebody can buy something for themselves, and me I buy something for myself, and you know, we are laughing. Yeah, man,
So
it was very nice.
That level of friendship and that level of camaraderie, that togetherness and that thing of family. Everybody, you know, you looking out for somebody looking out for you, that kind of thing. Growing up with that kind of thing, I find, I don't know, you see that happen nowadays?
No, sir. I don't even know all my neighbors. Sometimes I don't even see my neighbor. And I want to give a joke. Not even hellos them want to even say sometimes. I mean, I wonder if hello come with tax. Not even hello.
And where that thing come from, Cherry?
Well, what happened is that, you know, is the advent of the whole heap of material, because people first time me never ever did know so me did poor, because it's not a word we did use that regular. We just know say sometimes we have things and sometimes we don't have things, because our land is rich, you know, just like everybody else land. So if a man land have a mango tree, our land have a mango tree too. So that is the way we used to judge what we have from what we don't have. We never judge it off a TV and computer, because there was no computer and there was not much people in the TV, so we couldn't judge. So everybody did come in like the same person because of the farming community and land. Because we had land and we have fruit trees on it. We maybe only buy like flour and bread.
And as the old people shop, would say salting.
Yes, salting or whatever. But what happened is that not even sugar we used to buy at the shop.
Because
them used to make the sugar. Yeah, the wet sugar. We never buy sugar. We used to have a thing named wet sugar.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of it. We have a lot of it.
I find the same reference that you have made now about people who are so into themselves. And sometimes you wonder, because we are people, and it kind of looks strange for those of us who know, say, you deal with people because people are people. You respect people because people are people. You don't respect people because of what they have or how they look on them, kind of thing. So this kind of thing looks strange to us because we're not used to that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the whole idea, though, you know, sometimes you find yourself even doing it. Because here what happened now. Yeah, the reason why I said this, I will pass a lady selling, and I will ask her like how much for things, and she could have see locks for my head, and she could have see me don't even really to care about this well-dressed thing. And I just passing and asking her how much for this and how much for that. And me might park over the supermarket then and just go out to look at the road and the people selling at the road. I might want some ground provisions. And sometimes them hardly want to pay no mind. And me can tell you, say, the same woman when me pass. Me go inside of the supermarket now and start and drive, come out of the supermarket and stop and sell. How much for the lime? I must share them with a run, go carry the neck, the lime come give me. You understand? So, yes, I've seen that. So when you look at it, you say, right, John, no. Because, you know, you not pay no mind because me park far from them because I could have just drive past and ask for it. But I walk out there. And I said, let me check and I wasn't even checking anything. Is when it actually happened, I see that they relate to you different.
Yeah.
So sometimes, who wouldn't want to do that to get some respect? Because sometimes people just ignore you and don't pay you no mind.
Wow, it's a sad state that we're in when we start to judge people based on what them have, and sometimes our family treated away there too,
Yeah, not only family, all the church. You remember me tell you that?
So if your collection enough and a roll over.
Not only that, when you hear the bad mind poem, you will understand when me talk about because talking about that too. Yes, it talk about how Sister Blossom, Pastor preach and Sister Blossom don't hear or care because she more pay attention. She more pay attention to what Sister Ione are wear.
And for truth, them have some church. May I tell you, if you can't dress, nobody go there, If you don't have no hat, we cover your face. I cover your face and I cover somebody else's head. You cannot go to that church.
Yeah. It's just the reality. And as a poet, like me as a poet, I am accustomed to the speaking truth. It might sound weird because some people might just say it's not politically correct to speak of certain things like that. But the truth are just the truth, as long as, me not interfere in a people's personal life. But, something like that is social and things like that. He's very observant,
Yeah.
But very observant. So when I go to church, me see them not really a pay pastor mind. Everybody I look for see where Sister Ionia or Sister Janet or whatever, or deaconess,
Yeah, man.
And so then you hear them come. Then me no eavesdrop, because to be a good writer, you have to learn to eavesdrop.
You have to listen
to
people's story.
Eavesdrop and me. We hear that all like a group of them say, you never see where Deaconess Anna Van. No, sir.
So we say we can't escape this kind of thing at all. It's everywhere.
No.
Oh,
no, I have to just be real, people. Because real. I'm gonna put it in a poem because that me here.
Yes. So you see, as a poet now, you have to be observant. If you want to bring material to people, if you want to bring the kind of material that I know everybody are talking about, because I find sometimes even in music, not only in poetry, music, writing on a whole, everybody just sound the same. I write about the same something, it sound the same way. So once them say the first line, you know what will come. It becomes so predictive. Predictive text when you type on your phone. Once you put in some words, some other words come up because it's predictive. How important is that kind of thing now to be observant? So you can come with something that sounds different.
It's very, very, very important because my book, I have 3 books out. The last book I did was in 2018. And there's at the back of the book, I have 7 writing techniques. Let me see. Yeah, see it here, 7. At the back of the book, it said natural 7 writing principles. And you have number 1 is observe. Number 2, listen. Number 3, engage in conversations. Number 4, eavesdrop. Number 5, read. Number 6, spend time alone. Number 7, write something every day.
As we talk about eavesdrop and so on, what I find? There were days when you used to take bus or take taxi. You hear stories via them transportation, they're like crazy. And sometimes people would just go out on the street just to hear, like what you talked about a while ago, to eavesdrop, to get materials.
Yes.
But how many persons are prepared to do that kind of thing for them work to really have substance and to be different?
But the whole idea though, once you're an artist and you write, you must read. All writers must read. Because reading opens the imagination, and it gives you a certain level of thinking. You hear one thing and 10 different things start ringing in your head.
As you
You
talk
understand?
about
So
reading,
it opens.
I had it for later to talk to you about it, but because you bring up the reading now and the importance of reading, I was scrolling through your profile and talk to me about that home library that you have, what look like is a parish library.
Well, yeah, man, my dear, I have one of the greatest library, which
What's the book count? What's the book count, Cherry?
The book count may be going into around 2,000 or something like that.
Because when me see the shelf, me say, no, this must be a parish library. I can't your home library this.
And you only see it stop at a certain level, but it actually go way up into the ceiling.
Oh no.
So you never see that. Yeah, man.
But because you talk about the importance. You talk about the importance of reading.
Yes, yeah, it's very, very important. Very, because in order for you to be different and to put your things together, you have to read, because you have to now fall in love with words. And reading helps you to meet upon a lot of different type of words used in a different form. So you will learn how to use words, and you learn how to build your own metaphors, learn how to build your own similes, learn how to use all of the mechanics of writing, you understand? Because sometimes some people just believe, say, me sit down and me get an inspiration. No, and I say it go. When me go back and, because me have a whole section on culture. Me have different sections, you know, but my favorite section is autobiographies and memoirs and biographies. So I have something, and it was talking about Bob, and it's something I heard from him brethren, and I heard it from Sister Judy Mowat. Say, when you pass Bob, is either him have him guitar in him hand, or him have a book in him hand, and then another virgin used to tell me, the Bongo Jerry tell me, say they would have a conversation, and Bob not say nothing, but him eavesdropping on everything, and it turn up in our song. Something just turn up in our song.
Yes.
yeah.
So the importance of reading, you can't read too much.
No, you cannot read too much, and I am a collector of books. I don't really love too much TV and those things. You understand?
Mr. the book them, man. Mr. the book them.
Yeah, man. I'm a proud of my library, you know.
Mr. the book them.
I kind of encourage people more. Like me have some classic book in my library.
How often do you read?
Yeah.
How often do you read?
Every day. Every day. Every morning, I roll out of my bed and I read for at least 2 hours before I do my meditation.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Every day.
So you have a schedule.
Every day.
You have a schedule kind of
thing. Not necessarily say I wouldn't call it a schedule, but it balances me. Okay. It makes me feel balanced. Yeah, man. When me just go in at the library and take out a book and read on a particular topic, it just makes me feel balanced. Because one of the greatest things, you know, Bev, is self-mastery. You have to invest in self-mastery, and that is what I am about. Investing in self. You have to research, you have to read, you have to study. You understand? So everything is a part about self-mastery. So it makes me feel balanced for start my day.
And there are some persons who listening to you now, and I wonder, you know, because some people don't have the discipline to sit down and read a book, you know.
No, it's not easy though, you know. It might look easy, but it's not that easy, because you have it's a form of meditation, you know. So you have the book and you're focusing on that book, nothing else but what is inside of the book.
And you have people now, because they don't have that kind of discipline to sit down and actually turn the pages and read. There are some persons who opt for audiobooks.
Yeah, man, that is good too, you know. But me just love the feel of books and the look of books. But audiobooks is good.
Yeah. I really want to congratulate you for that home library. When I saw it, me say, wow, look at this, man. And then you go tell me now, say me not see half of the library.
No, you know, say half of the library because I'm telling you, I spend thousands of dollars on books.
Yes,
thousands,
yes. How about your?
And it's not today.
We're going go. No, go ahead. Finish off that statement.
I say it's not today. I have this library. I've started building my library from a drawer. Just a drawer, but nobody never want again. So I start building that from around age 12. I start building that library.
So you have books from that time?
Yes. Literature books. I save a lot of the literature books because I did love literature.
Okay. So no wonder you really are a prolific writer and performer. And once you write stuff, you are going to be able to perform them. So even writing, and you're reading other people's story, and you may want to kind of incorporate some of what they do in their lives into your life and make it interesting, for people to watch you perform and for people to hear your words and hear your lyrics and how the lyrics flow and how it blends. Because sometimes you look and you hear something. The first verse not connect to the second verse, and the third verse not connect, because there is not there's not a theme that people are writing from. Them just throw in one word, and because the word might rhyme with the next word, them just throw it in, and then when you listen to the song or listen to the poem, you say, but what is this talking about? Because it's not anywhere, it's not centered.
No, you cannot follow the storyline.
You cannot follow it. There's none to follow, as a matter of fact.
And not only that, you can predict the rhymes.
Yeah, man.
You can predict what the next rhyme that is coming,
So we're going to break a little. You drink a little water because we're going to listen to another poem from you. Every day is Halloween.
Okay, nice.
I'm trying to connect the dots and fill in the gaps, but the questions in my head won't stop. Was it developed in a lab, or is it an act of God? The religious folks claimed it's prophetic. The conspiracy theorist and the doubtful Thomases says it's not a pandemic, a planet to make the whole planet panic. They are tirelessly working around the clock to pick the padlocks off Pandora's box, boxing within the framework of a corrupt system. So many boxes, don't know what to believe in. The only thing making sense is who have the patent determines who will be the physicians and who will be the patient. Who will be the patient? Trick or treating, this is like nothing we have ever seen. Since COVID-19, we are all dressed in the same costume. Every day is Halloween. Wash your hands, keep your distance, wear a mask your fears. Quarantine. Pay keen attention. Look beyond what your eyes are fixed on. Straight through the illusions. The Matrix is not a documentary. It's a science fiction with a sick plan to pull our hopes and dreams down like a quicksand. It's dangerous. The virus has turned the whole world into a circus. When money talks, no one pays attention to the grammar. Open the gates. Give the clowns the mic. They will direct the drama. The poets are sleeping, having nightmares about revoluting. The leaders are on a roller coaster ride, while the Joker sits in the corner, laughing, playing fool to catch the wise. Trick or treating, this is like nothing we have ever seen. Since COVID-19, we are all dressed in the same costume. Every day is Halloween. Wash your hands, keep your distance, wear a mask your fears. Quarantine. You don't know what they're injecting, so don't volunteer to be a victim. Boost your immune system, practice proper hygiene. Healthy eating and living is the best vaccine. Your health is your responsibility. Get fresh food from the farmers. Turn your kitchen into a pharmacy. So while we quarantine, let's take a trip within. Self-reflect, redirect your energy. It's a new beginning. Feed your mind. Read something. Meditate. Create. Breathe. Start becoming better human beings. Better human beings.
Cultural
Mother
mix.
Earth.
Cultural mix. Every Friday.
Mother Earth is the only home we know.
6 to 8 p.m. with Bev
Neil
Moonchild
Armstrong.
and Fit FM
Mother Earth.
96.7. And we tune in every Friday. We lock in. I Shadrach said that.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Cultural Mix on a Friday, your Friday evening program here on 96.7, Fit FM 96.7. I'm your host, Bev Moonchild. And guess what? We are talking with the leading female performance dub poet in Jamaica. If you don't know her name, I don't know where you have been. Her name is Cherry Natural. Welcome back, Cherry.
Yeah, man, give thanks, Bev Moonchild.
So I heard that one, and that's another powerful poem there, talking about
Yes.
the situation that we are now in. I want for you to tell me, you see, because sometimes,
Yeah.
you hear artists say it, whether they're a songwriter or they're a DJ or they're singers, that I find they don't get involved into the social happenings of their communities and their country. And when I listen to this piece of poem that you have, this piece of work here now, you're talking about what is happening, and then you kind of spin it now into the joker and into the card, and so people really have to read into what you're actually saying.
They have to think. Send them go think.
Yeah. How important it is to talk to be like a social commentator, put it that way.
It's very important, if you're a writer and you choose the conscious way of writing, then you understand, because a writer can write about anything,
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could have write some slack song, but I think nobody could have did write the slack song like me if I did choose to write it. But I don't choose that, you understand? Because at the end of the day, that is really degenerating the society, I don't really choose to do that. So I choose to more kind of highlight what I see is happening, to give people a chance to think, put it in condense it in a poetry form, and give people the opportunity to say, right, some never even look on that. So they might try pick the padlock off Pandora's box. You understand? Because sometimes we hear about Pandora's box, and Pandora's box is like always something in there that you're not supposed to see.
Yeah.
So, so it just connect in terms of this COVID-19, a lot of person don't really know exactly what it is, or what it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have now taken it on as something to really put out for people to contemplate and people to consider, say, I wonder what Cherry thought about when she said that.
Yeah, because they hear Pandora's box. Most of us hear Pandora's box.
Yeah.
And have an idea that is something, something that is not exposed. Yeah.
So you're critically analyzing.
Yes, I should have sent you the one that is really create a big impact last year, and even last year. It's called Slangwich, talking about the political situation in Jamaica.
So when I finish the program, I'm going to look at that one. Slangwich.
It named Slangwich. I don't know if I did send you it, but I have it on my page or anything. But that one created a big buzz, a big buzz.
I remember Cherry Natural as a girl coming out of Clarendon myself and coming into Kingston, being on the campus of the Edna Manley School of Drama, School of Dance at the time, art school and so on. And I used to always go to the last Tuesday Poetry Society evenings.
Yes.
And I remember seeing you as a poet in those early days. And one of the things that I admired about you was the fact that you had your little daughter, Little Natural. I'm sure she's not little again. And she's not named Little Natural again. So a big natural.
She still named somewhat a big one. yes, a big one.
And then I was so impressed when I saw her even doing poems and sounding so convinced about what she's saying. You know what I mean? And I'm saying a mother pulling her daughter with her at that time, coming up in the society at that time, Cherry, how important, why did you feel it necessary to have that kind of thing with your daughter, bringing her along with you and even having her as a poet herself?
All right. What happened is that first and foremost, the mother part come in first because I never have nowhere to leave them. It was she and my son.
Yeah.
You understand? And I didn't have anywhere to leave them, so I have to take them with me. So I always take them. And did you know I've never told her to go on stage? Is one day, you know, I went to a performance and I went to a performance about I had a Black History somewhere it was keeping, and I was one of the performer. But Jimmy Cliff was also one of the performer. And then I was off stage. I perform and come off stage. I was talking to someone, and I heard Jimmy Cliff say, whose child is this? When me look at my daughter up there with the mic, I perform poems. I never told her to do it. But when I was rehearsing, she was listening to me. I've never told her. Never. She just get up and do it.
So all those poems that I used to hear her, those were her poems that she wrote.
No, man, what happened is that after I see how interested she was now, I start writing little poems to suit her.
Okay.
I start writing poems and give her to do. And when she get a little bigger now, like say, because she started doing it from she was 6. So when she get bigger now, like around 10, 11, 12, she start writing her own little thing and doing it.
Okay.
But I used to write some little poems and give to her because my poem them was more too bigger for she. But she just say one of mine.
So she not bother with the poetry now?
Yeah, man, she still do it. She still, because at her workplace, they would call on her from time to time because they know she do poetry.
She has that kind of talent and that kind of skill, not true?
If they want a poem, they call it on her.
Yes, so you see, it is
sometimes
still there.
Say, Mommy, yeah, man, sometimes she said, Mommy, them can't call for somebody else.
No, because she has the skill and them know her talent and them know what she can do. So they will call her.
Yes,
so you see, the children, as you said earlier, you don't have to tell them what to do. And you don't have to, you don't have to show, you just do you. And when you do you,
just do you.
Yeah, and then follow you.
And yeah, man, and you have to conscious that they are around you because sometimes big people never really too plan for children and children come. So sometimes they no member say them is there, you know. So them do all type of foolishness.
Yeah,
man.
And
you have to conscious that all the while that they are there and they are observing. They're not going to tell you that them observing, but they are observing everything.
Yeah, man. And the same goes for the people who would want to do otherwise. Because when the positive impact them positively, it's the same thing going to happen negatively, you know.
Definitely.
It's the same thing is gonna happen.
Definitely.
So boy, I mean, I know how one little woman like you do so much something. So you are also a martial arts instructor. So how that come in at the poetry now, Sherry?
Well, you want me now. I grew up when I come back in Kingston, I did live with my father. I lived with my father in Almond Town.
Okay.
My father and my stepmother, and my brothers them. I am the eldest one.
Okay.
I am the oldest one, right? So my brother them littler than me, so me not have nobody to fight for me. So when we did little, you know, people did see me as a fast thinker. We can think and survival, you know, how to plan out my survival. Because just like how me tell you, say, I perform the poems and realize I could get extra lunch money. So I was a fast thinker. So when me used to all as a little girl now and me I come home from school, you'd have a group of guys on the street corner and them used to trouble the little girl children them. Them used to just call your name and if you just start have breasts, them come and touch you on it as a little girl, you understand?
Yeah, no.
Yeah man. You got as a young girl, you got through a lot of antagonizing, especially when you start have breasts, and then what happens is that with little girls, when them start to mature, them start to shape out.
Yeah.
So it draw people's attention, draw the young youth them attention. We used to play football on the road. Them did kind of more leave school, leave it still in a school.
Okay.
And it kind of was annoying to it was annoying to me. So I tell myself, say, me not have no big brother for fight for me. I'm just gonna start learn karate.
What you say?
I start learn karate because of that. Because every time when me see them, me have to walk around the long way, take the other road and I walk around the long way because me no want pass them because of the annoyance and the the things that them would say. Me never really like it. So me walk the long way. And me I say, no, this kind of it. Me not supposed to afraid of people so. And that is because of fear. I went and studied karate.
From an early age.
Time there. And I want very early age, but I want to tell you say, me never really go study karate at that school so early. Me have my neighbor. In them days, what if people they used to love kung fu, kung fu show.
Yes.
And me have a neighbor with it. Me have a neighbor with it love kung fu show bad. And when me tell him did older than me, but him never stay like the rest of guys. Then him stay like if his mother leave him at the house, him have to listen to his mother. So he never really come road often and stay away there. So somebody I could have talked to.
Okay.
And then did older than me. And I tell him, I'm afraid because them are trouble me. And him tell me, say, him can't teach me to move.
What you say?
You understand? But the only thing is that now, him never gonna school neither. I show him watch. And me never even know say I show him watch. Yeah, show him watch because him used to start teach me all flying kick and me can't kick on the ground yet. And him a teach me flying kick.
So him just a teach you where him know.
Yeah, no, him go watch our Silver Fox and put me upon all one of the crate them and some of a fly off like Silver Fox.
Jerry, no, this is supposed to be a serious interview, but trust me, I make me laugh. Oh
no, my life, and I right on here, so me I come from Bev. As long I wait from a whole heap of things, man. So me kind of refined my skill, with all of the little things that when I go through,
Yes.
Because one of the time, when me stop. You see, as me come home from school, him knows me come and him like would have send my brother now to come call me. And tell me, say, boy, if not come training.
Class, I go start now.
I'm get tired of him. Me get tired of him because me used to hear the people them pass and say, him name Pablo. Pablo, you go kill off the people them pick me. And I said, no, something wrong. If people have said that. So me did start dodge from him.
Oh, Lord.
And me tell my brother, when him send my brother come call me, tell my brother, tell him say me asleep. I said, because my brother know I want like a joker. Him go up there go say, she said she asleep. And then
oh, Lord.
Him get vexed and say, me no want the good training, me no want the nice training. So I saw him say, stop teach me. And I say, well, thanks very much.
For what you learned so far.
Eh?
No, me say you're telling him thanks for what you learned so far.
Me never learn nothing because every minute some part of me are paying me. Every minute me drop off and some part of me are paying me.
Oh,
me never learn nothing.
So when did you kind of, oh Lord, Cherry, you make me a crack up in the studio, Till me never remember what me they go ask you.
It's after that. No, it's after that now.
Yeah.
Just take my time and find out where the karate school there, and then you better have YMCA.
Yeah.
You have a place. YWCA right
for the women.
Arnold Road.
For the women, yes.
Yes, at Arnold Road, them tell me say a class up there. I find myself up there and start learn. And what happens is that now them time there, them never really to pressure you for no money. Them not pressure you. If you come in and them say you're really interested and you have skills, them will teach you. And we go up there. I want Chinese man start to give me some teaching. It was a Kung Fu class.
So him teaching the real flying. Him never teaching no flying.
No. Me never did learn flying yet. You know. Because here what happen now. You see, when me learn karate to this maximum now, the fullness and get all black belt, flying not in it. No, not flying not in it. What happen is that now. You see the karate, you see the
Cherry, I'm going to ask if stop because we can't laugh until the interview. I'm going to ask if stop because we can't laugh until the
But I reality me I tell you still, you know. I reality me I tell you because you see the flying thing now with it in the movie.
Yes.
I organize that I never know real man a fly.
Yes. But your early instructor never know that. Your little instructor beside you don't know that. Him just think a real something and I tell you you must fly.
Yeah, and him just act like him are one of the man them from the movie. We are cheering the youth them, and that him don't know the integral part of the show. Him don't know certain things them string up and thing. Him just act like because it make him feel him ego feel good, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, and then me now like I want like a puppy show now they and I think say teach me something.
Him use your man to make sure say it can't work. And we know if it can't work.
No,
I
take him at no man, him take me for an idiot that him did take me for.
So you say you attain black belt. That's not an easy feat.
Yeah.
That's not an easy thing, Cherry Natural.
No, because you see one thing with I also attained an instructor's degree. Because one thing with me, you know, I'm very determined. Very, very determined.
So once you start, you're not stop.
I leave from one school. I think I visit around 10 different karate schools, 10 different systems. Anywhere them I find them. Yeah, man. Anywhere I find them, you know. And if it not suit my purpose, because remember, you know, one of the things is I was looking at a school that can teach me how to defend myself, and it's not all karate martial arts schools teach self-defense.
Okay.
Some of them is for sports, you understand? So as you go through the whole ranks, you realize that not gonna work, because one time now, prepare yourself for laugh, because one time me was coming home from one of the class and the class and me I go down and why. All the man used to be there and show me some things now. But film thing did practical, but are more for sports. And he might show me said this is eagle, that these are the eagle techniques. And this is the cat stance. And some little you back me up over stadium, you know. I'm in the pan boy, this is eagle. They would have beat out me daylight.
You're not to do that, Cherry Natural. You're not to do that.
I get some beaten. Yeah. Because the little youth them come, because when you come from karate, you know, when you come from karate school,
yes,
even when you come from watching them show there, you know what you're saying in your mind.
Yes, man.
I want somebody come trouble me, you know.
And you just show them the eagle stance.
Yeah, but me just on 1 foot, you know, 1 foot me there on. Eh? Yeah, this are the crane. 1 foot me there on, you know, and I said this are eagle. I said, the youth them give me some licky, man. And you know, say little after that, me no go back to the school, eh? But no. Next one.
Oh no. Tell you, you really make me laughing at that interview here, the Cherry Natural. Trust me, I'm telling you.
So tell me something, Bev. Yes. Is it a bad thing? People not laughing at interview.
No, I'm saying it is so good. It's just natural. A Cherry Natural, you hear me now. So the whole thing.
But remember, you know, a real thing me I tell you about though, you know.
Yeah.
Real thing. My life is coming like I want comedy show. Trust me.
I don't know, makeup story.
No, man, a real thing, may I tell you, real thing.
Because it is out of the real experiences, you know, that you're really going to grow. And it's the real experiences why you can even write poems that can reach people's soul and reach people's heart, because you're not make up nothing. You would have gone through some of these your very self.
And the real thing make you humble your ego.
Yeah.
Because I could have tell you, say, I could have tell you, no, make up a story and say me beat off the whole of them. No, it's not true.
Yeah.
When me do the eagle and 1 foot in the ear and 1 foot on the ground, the man, the youth, them rush me, see?
Oh, Lord of mercy. But you have a story that is amazing. May I tell you need to write a book now for yourself. Another book, as a matter of fact. A biography, you know, that people can really see the experiences that you would have gone through that would have put you now in a position that you can motivate. And no wonder you're a motivational speaker yourself, because some of these experiences.
Yeah, man, we know the real thing, you know. We know the real thing. We know the street thing.
Yeah.
We know the church thing. Hey, Bev, you know, so I'm going to the church. I go to my grandmother's church one time, you know. And my grandmother, they know me do poetry, and me don't know somebody who was very liberated invite me to do one poem. And me start do the poem and do the action, you know, so the people never run out of the church.
Because they never see anything like this before.
No, they maybe think so I bring the devil in there, but the poem was a very conscious poem, but the way I do the action.
Okay.
And run out.
So what eventually what happened?
All of those
When them run out, what happened?
Why they must say, boy, that is not a part of the church. Maybe because the poem was a conscious poem, but it's the action. You know, the poetry, you do the action.
How you were delivering it, Poor people are used to that kind of thing in a church.
No, it was way back in the days. But nowadays, now I realize, so when I book into them say, wow, I knew that you were so talented from morning.
From early out, yes.
But these people are the same people. They run out of the church, you know. Why they must say,
they're involved now. They're involved in their thinking.
Maybe because them and I just heard you poem in the taxi, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
Taxi a while ago, me hear it on the radio. And I say, but these people are forget, so them run out of the church.
They have evolved in their thinking now, and they can now bring themselves to appreciate the very thing where them they run from. Yes. Let's put it at that, you know, and give them the benefit of the doubt. So as a motivational speaker, go ahead.
Yeah, I was very taken aback. You see, taken aback why they do it, and it kind of give me a little low self-esteem, you know, for a couple of weeks. Because I thought that I did something wrong.
Okay.
So you know, it never have a good impact on me.
Okay. Let me follow up with you quickly with the self-esteem. You're studying martial arts and you're a motivational speaker. You read and you have become a confident human. I wouldn't even say a confident female, a confident human being. Talk to me now about self-esteem or the lack thereof for persons growing up, whether you're in the music, whether you're in entertainment, just growing up as a human, as a person. And we can start off as a little girl growing up. Self-esteem.
Well, as a little girl, because I grew up with my grandmother in the country, and my grandmother was a woman who is ahead of her time. She was a little woman, littler than me, but not afraid of nobody. So my grandmother was a gangster. Grandmother was a gangster, not in the sense.
Yes, I know
what you mean. Not in the sense of them nowadays.
Yeah.
A rebellious woman when I take talk.
She defend herself. She a bad woman.
Yes. She not back off. And you see when I pick the trouble, I go to school down there, you know. And when I was 6, I came up. And then I went back down when I was 9.
Okay.
And then I came back up when I was 12. So I went to school there for some time. I went pick the trouble, I go call my granny.
She come deal with them case.
everybody take with them. Yeah, everybody take with themselves. Them afraid of my grandmother, man. Cause my grandmother not afraid of nobody, you know. She would just stand up there and just cuss the people there or cuss to watch over me. Cause some granny stay.
So you take it from her.
One at a time, eh?
You take that from her. You're not afraid of nobody.
No, me not take the cussing part at all. Because me can't cuss. But she look like she had prepare for fight too, but you know, I don't know how that would work out.
So we're talking about self-esteem.
Yeah, so what happened is that now, because of her and because of what I see how she runs her home, because I grew up with 2 grandparents. When I came back to Kingston, I went to my maternal grandmother house. So the both grandparents, how I see how them run them home as women, trust me, I grew up with admiration for both of them. They're never afraid of anything, and how the respect that they get. Because my grandmother is 9 sons, my grandmother have, you know, and 1 girl. And yeah, and everybody did have great respect for her because of how she, when she say what she said, she mean what she said, and how she go about and provide. My grandfather was there, but he was more a slow space type of man. You understand? You see, if nothing now go on, him just go and settle. But you see, she said, no. She just go out and make it happen. You understand? I pick something off of the tree and carry it herself and make the youth them go to school. Yeah, she was that type of woman. Yeah, man, very know how to make life then.
Yeah.
So whatever is in season, she would have been selling it from off her property just to get school money to send her children to school.
Yeah.
And grandchildren. So that give me a sense of like an indomitable spirit, you know, with both grandparents because of who grew me, you understand? But there comes a time now when I go live with my father, and my father now did very strict. So the least thing him do, he will shout at you. So by the time him shout at me, I ball. You understand? And then what happened is that because he was so strict, he used to drive Joyce bus. And so when you see the bus stop at the road, up at the top of the road and let him off, everybody have to run, go inside and take up a book.
Okay.
So we just afraid. So I go, yeah, that part then now didn't get me because fearful, you know. Until start writing and studying martial arts, it just bring me back.
Okay.
You know.
So it build that confidence again.
Yes, with my writing and the studying of with the studying of martial arts and my writing.
Okay. So I said to you earlier, because of the experiences that you would have had as a person, it would have made it natural for you to be a motivational speaker. You sit down and you talk to a group of people, and trust me, because of what you would have gone through as a person, it showed them that, listen, if me experience a little thing like that, me can come through, because here Cherry telling me that she would have gone through this, she would have gone through that, and look at her now, you know? So naturally you have some people who study, they study to become motivational speakers. Some of the things that they talk about, they don't live it, you know what I mean? Because they go and they read books and they study to really motivate people. But when I listen to you now, I see and I hear a natural kind of thing coming from you, where it wouldn't take nothing out of you to talk to people and motivate them.
No, man, it just real. And I don't know if I'm born with some of these things, because, you know, say, mothers used to ask me to talk to them daughters, you know, them young daughter the problem. Them used to call me to come talk to them. When them can't manage them and me, them used to call. Yeah, man.
And how was that
them
for you?
Them used to call me to come talk to them. Huh?
How was that for you?
It was very good, because at the end of the day, what happened is that I see that I had an impact on them.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons too is because they never see me doing anything stupid. I always be very occupied with my time, either with books or the training, or one of the time even when the youth them couldn't even get to go to school. There are times when youth parents couldn't afford to send them to the barber. The barber, we can give stories, and so that it give me a level of respect, build up a level of respect with these younger you, because in order for you to talk to any youth, you have to live where you're saying.
Yeah.
So when the youths them couldn't go to, the parents couldn't afford to get them trim, I start trimming them because I also do art. I could just sit down and I could let somebody sit down and I draw them.
Wow.
So because I do art, I kind of have an idea of a trim. So I practice off of my brother them head.
Okay.
And them couldn't go on road for a good while. No, me practice off of them head, but them couldn't go on road for a good while. But after a while, I become very good,
Yes, I can
become
imagine.
very good till I trim all my trim all my father and my uncle them. And all people used to, the youth them where I go to school used to line up for me trim them. Become
Cherry
very
Natural.
good man, very skilled.
Say 4 minutes we have leave. I can't believe this.
Oh, no problem.
May I tell you, man, you really, may I tell you, I have not laughed so much in a long while doing an interview with anybody. And I'm giving you kudos for that because it tells me that you are comfortable and make up nothing. The things just flow naturally.
Yeah, no.
And I want to commend you. I want to commend you for that kind of thing. So finally now, in 2 minutes, just round up.
Give thanks.
In 2 minutes, just round up for us,
Yeah. Well, here what happened now. I must congratulate you on what you're doing. And I love the questions you ask. Because it let me get to because if you didn't ask a question, then I couldn't express myself. So,
Well, yes, that's
because
true.
you ask the questions that, you have to ask the questions that I knew exactly what to say because it happened. You understand? And when you asked me, I could give you a story.
Yeah.
I could paint a picture for you. So I have to give thanks for your technique in asking the questions. So give thanks for that. And, big up Fit FM and everybody. And I heard somebody there else laughing. I don't know who it is, but big up yourself.
This is the station manager, Julia Meikle Benaya.
Okay, nice. Give thanks, and I really appreciate this interview, because it's a good while now. We do interviews and yes, we get to talk about a lot of things, but it's a good while I don't go down in the nitty-gritty of some of the things then,
And I'm glad that you were able to, because trust me, the people who are listening are enjoying. The feedback is so positive feedback, people giving back on Facebook, and people who are watching on fitfmja.com. Positive feedback, Cherry. Trust me, people really enjoy this. I personally enjoy this. And your good brethren, Imara is around too. So I'm thanking him for giving me that
Imara, link. A long time Imara though.
Yeah, man. I'm thanking him for giving me the link for you. And we know it's a long time, Imara. So just
Imara, I'm a virgin. I'm a virgin from long time.
All right, Cherry Natural. It really was good talking with you. I may enjoy it. May I tell you, may enjoy it.
Give thanks, and I really enjoy the questions, and I could definitely elaborate and tell you, a little about, but that's just the tip of the iceberg.
We're going to talk again, man, because trust me, when we go into March for International Women's Day for March and so on, I'm going to touch base with you again. So we're going to talk, Cherry Natural.
No problem, and nice work you're doing.
All the very best. Take care. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Same to you.
The word is love. Take care. Yes, man.
Yeah, man. Give thanks.
All the best. Yes, good. Cherry Natural there, ladies and gentlemen. Talking to her. So we're going to go out. We want to thank everybody who stayed with us. The time just ran off so quickly. Can you imagine? It has been a really awesome evening this evening for Cultural Mix. Talking there with Cherry Natural, poet, motivational speaker. She is also a martial arts instructor. And she's just natural, as her name says, Cherry Natural. Thank you so much. You really make me laugh. A long time in a laugh. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We want for you to have an enjoyable weekend. Enjoy yourself. Live. Love people. Love people because they're people. enjoy yourself, and don't think that for 1 minute, that you are better than another person. We're all here. We all have an important role to play, and let us live in love. The word is love. The word is peace. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Julia. Fit FM family, big up yourself. All the very best. I'm Mara. Big up yourself. We're going out with Cherry Natural. Thank you so much, folks. That one is called
Earth is our home.
Earth is our home. As we go out,
Mother
take
Earth.
care.
Yeah. Mother Earth is the only home we know. Neil Armstrong could not stay on the moon for too long. Venus and Mars are our closest neighbors. No hope there for humans. The cosmos is in chaos. Global warming, climate change, ozone depletion, glaciers melting, ocean rising. The sea that used to feed us is getting hungry, eating up the land. Greenhouse gases, fossil fuel emission, more carbon, less oxygen, filling our lungs with toxin. Big corporation dumping their toxic waste in the rivers and lakes, using the ocean as their garbage bin, filling it with plastic, turning the water acidic, damaging the coral reef. The mangroves are on the threat. Nothing left to buffer us from storm surges and flood. The burning down the rainforest, destroying Mother Nature's asset. The birds have no place for rest. Nowhere to breed, pollinating insects disappearing because of corporate greed. Jeez, I couldn't tell when last I see some bees. Earth is becoming a melting pot. Joni Mitchell said, the paving paradise, putting up parking lots. The paving paradise, putting up parking lots. We won't know what we have got until it's gone. The running away the bees, replacing the trees with concrete. Lack of vision. If they can't see the problems, they need to see an optician. Mother Earth is suffocating. She can't breathe. Her lungs are blocked. Capitalism hands are around her neck and its knees in her back. She's heartbroken, like a discarded bride. She cries, eyes filled with blood. She nurtures us from her bosom. All she gets in return is unrequited love. Earth is our home, our only home. We are connected to the mountains, the rivers, the trees, even the rock stone. Let's preserve the planet we live on. There is no planet B if something goes wrong on this one. Our collective survival depends on everyone's cooperation. We won't know what we've got until